All right, so good morning, everyone. Welcome to Gentle Yoga. We'll begin on our mats in a comfortable laying down position just to get a nice slow start on our Wednesday morning. You can lay with the legs flat if you'd like. You can keep with them bent, really whatever's comfortable for you this morning. We'll just take a moment to just settle in, working to relax the shoulders down to the mat. Start to tune in with your breath. Feeling the chest and belly rise with every inhale. And feeling everything compress down with the exhale. Start to forget about anything that's happening today and just focus on what's happening on your mat these next 30 minutes. Your next inhale, we're going to slowly start to reach overhead, really stretching the shoulders. You can clasp the hands together. An option to just hold here and stretch, or you can always add some movements by reaching left to right, side to side. Continuing to breathe nice and deep. Good. We'll take one more big inhale and reach. As we exhale, we'll bring the arms down, a big circle if you have some space. On your next inhale, drawing both knees into the chest. You can go ahead and gently grab the knees. You can cross the feet. You can keep them next to each other, and whatever is comfortable for you this morning. And you can always start to rock, as I already did, side to side, maybe drawing some circles with the knees. If movement's feeling good, you can add on whatever your body's needing this morning. Or you can always just find that stillness and welcome the compression in your hips. So you start to wake them up for some movement. If you decide to draw circles, you can go ahead and switch directions. And take one more deep breath here. Good. We'll take a big inhale to draw both knees into the chest. As we exhale, release the left leg, just letting it go long, finding the mat. We'll turn the left toes to the outside, facing left. We'll keep that right knee in as close as comfortable, really feeling that stretch and compression in the hip. And you can either keep it still or you can add in some gentle movement, drawing the knee out towards the edge of your mat, then back in towards the midline, inhaling one direction and exhaling the other. Just nice, slow movement. Good, we'll get one more big inhale. On our exhale, we're going to slowly start to pull that leg across the body to the left side. Finding a gentle twist, first one of the day. Should feel a nice stretch in the IT band along the side of that left leg. If you want even more of a stretch, you can start to straighten out that left leg as it's comfortable. Or you can always keep it bent. We'll take one more deep breath here. Good, and then we'll slowly start to pull the right knee back to the chest. Give it one more hug, and then we'll release the left or the right leg, letting it go long. And we'll inhale to bring that left leg into the chest. Welcoming that compression in this side. Maybe it feels a little different from that first side, and that is a-okay. Make sure the right toes are kind of pointing outward to get that stretch in the inner thigh. And with that left leg, you can either keep it still or again, add that gentle movement, drawing the knee towards the edge of the mat, then back in towards the midline. Just very slow, very gentle movement. Be nice to our hips this morning. We'll get one more big inhale. On our exhale, we'll slowly start to pull the right leg or the left leg across to the right side for a gentle twist, and feeling that stretch along the side in the IT bands. And just breathe nice and easy here. You can always play around with straightening out that leg to ramp up the intensity of that stretch. We'll take one more deep breath. Good, then we'll slowly start to pull the left knee back into the chest. You can release, letting it go long. We'll take a bend in both knees, taking some quick windshield wipers, so just letting the knees fall off to either side of your mat. Just a little refresher on the hips and low back. And just gentle movement this morning. Whenever you're ready, we'll find some stillness. You can gently pick the feet up off the mat, grab behind the knees. We'll take some roll-ups, as many or as few as you'd like, just a gentle rock on your mats. Good way to kind of massage the spine. Whenever you're ready, you can find yourself to a butterfly pose with feet together in the center, pressing down lightly on the knees with elbows and just gently hinging forward and stretching out those hips, inner thigh. We'll try to relax the shoulders down, the back. Take one more deep breath here. Good. We'll slowly start to bring ourselves back. Make your way to a comfortable seat. So we'll cross the legs. Once you're situated, on your next inhale, we'll slowly start to reach overhead. On our exhale, we're going to gently twist to the right, just as far as comfortable. We'll inhale back overhead and exhale to twist left, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale to reach overhead. We'll do one more on each side. Exhale to the right. And inhale overhead. Then exhale, twist left. We'll inhale back to reach overhead. As we exhale, we'll plant the hands in front of us and kind of rock ourselves forward, making our way to all fours, moving into cat and cow. So hands are directly below the shoulders. Knees are below the hips. You can spread the fingers out nice and wide. We'll take a big inhale to drop the belly down, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. As we exhale, we'll round out the spine, pulling the shoulder blades apart. Big inhale to drop the belly down, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And a big exhale to round out the spine. Let's go through one more here. Big inhale to drop the belly down, lift the gaze. Then a big exhale to round out the spine. Good, we'll make our way to a neutral tabletop position, taking some time just to maybe roll the wrists. You can shift it side to side. Find whatever movements feel good for your body. Won't be here for too long. Some time to play around. Get our final movements in here. Good. All right, from here, we're gonna slowly start to peel the hips up towards the ceiling, moving into our first down dog of the day. Can take as much of a bend in the knees as you need to. You can take time here if you want to take some knee bends, maybe shift the hip side to side. Really getting whatever stretch, whatever movement feels good. Common theme today. Good. We'll inhale to look forward and slowly start to step it up the top of your mat into a forward fold. So let the head and neck be heavy, and you can take a generous knee bend if you have tight hamstrings this morning like I do. Just let the arms be heavy, maybe find a gentle sway. We'll take one more deep breath here. Good. On your next inhale, we'll rise halfway, placing the hands on the thighs, the knees, the shins, and finding length from the tailbone all the way through the top of the crown, really squeezing the shoulder blades together. We'll hold for just a moment here, starting to wake those muscles up. One more big inhale. As we exhale, release down to forward fold. We'll inhale to slowly rise all the way up, stacking one vertebra at a time. At the top, we'll find some shoulder rolls, inhaling as we bring shoulders up towards the ears, exhale down the spine. And making that a big, exaggerated movement here, releasing tension from the upper body, the shoulders, back. Good. You can find some stillness with the shoulders. Give everything a good shake. And we'll inhale to mountain pose, reaching tall overhead and kind of finding that stretch and lift through the chest and shoulders. As we exhale, we'll cactus the arms, press the hips forward to baby back bend. We'll inhale back to reach overhead. This time, exhale to twist right, kind of reaching the arms out nice and wide. Good. We'll inhale to reach overhead. And exhaling to gently twist left, reaching the arms out. Good. Inhale to rise, and we'll exhale to baby back bend when you're ready for it. Cactusing the arms, pressing the hips forward. Inhale to reach and rise. And we'll exhale to forward fold, making your way all the way down to the mat and letting the head and neck be heavy. Good. We'll inhale to halfway lift. Then exhale to plant the hands, slowly step the feet back, finding a high plank position. You can always drop to the knees for a half plank, whatever you're feeling this morning. Either way, we're keeping a nice flat back, drawing belly button towards the spine, starting to build some heat in the core muscles. Not here too much longer. We get one more deep breath. Good, then we'll slowly start to shift ourselves forward, pin the elbows as we lower all the way down to the mat. You can either find up dog or modified cobra. You can press yourself back to down dog or child's pose. So always give some options here with our chaturanga and find whatever feels good. Get one more deep breath. Good. If you're not already in down dog, you can slowly start to peel the hips back up towards the ceiling. We'll inhale to look forward and step to the top of our mat. Take a few deep breaths here, maybe find a sway side to side, maybe shift the hips, stretch out the lower body. Good, then we'll inhale to slowly rise all the way up, rolling to standing. We'll inhale to bring the arms overhead, big reach. As we exhale, we'll slowly start to sink down to chair pose. Feet can either be slightly apart, or if you'd like, you can toe heel them together. Really working to push the hips back behind us. Hands can be at heart center like I have mine, or you're always welcome to reach them overhead if that's comfortable this morning. Build up a little heat in the shoulders. Good. We'll exhale to forward fold, releasing down to the mat. We'll inhale to halfway lift, placing the hands gently on the shins or knees, squeezing the shoulder blades together to find that length through the spine. We'll exhale back to forward fold. We'll inhale to rise all the way up to mountain pose. So rolling all the way up, reaching tall overhead, stretch. We'll slowly start to step back with the left leg into Crescent Lunge. Take some time to set it up here, making sure that knee is right above the ankle. Hips are facing forward. We'll just pull the shoulders down just slightly. Good. From here, we'll slowly open up to Warrior Two, swiveling that back foot down, and reaching those arms out nice and wide, and you can gaze over the front fingertips. Kind of focusing on pulling the pinkies behind you, letting that front knee follow, pulling it out. So you should feel a stretch in the inner thigh. Good. We'll slowly start to reach our way forward. Tick-tock the arms down to extended side angle. And focusing on lifting ourselves up using the obliques, not just falling down on our leg. We want to find that gentle lift this morning. Get one more deep breath. Beautiful. Inhale to rise to reverse warrior, keeping that bend in the front leg, but reaching that right hand overhead. And as we exhale, we'll cartwheel the hands, planting them down on the mat, going through chaturanga. However it's comfortable this morning, shifting forward, pinning the elbows down. You're finding a modified cobra or up dog. And pushing our way back to child's pose or down dog. Let's take a moment to take a couple deep breaths here, kind of reset ourselves. So bring a little more warmth to the body. Good, and if you're not already in down dog, we'll slowly start to peel those hips up off the mat, finding our way there, bringing the hips up high as we can towards the ceiling. Good, we'll inhale to look forward and step to the top of our mat. We'll go ahead and stay in our forward fold here. Again, shifting the hips, maybe swing side to side, just gentle movement. Good. We'll inhale to halfway lift. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, finding length from the tailbone through the crown. Hold here just a moment, building up some heat. One more big inhale. As we exhale, releasing back down to forward fold. We'll inhale to rise all the way to mountain pose, rolling, stacking one vertebra at a time. Then we'll reach those arms overhead. We'll slowly start to exhale, sink into chair pose, pushing the hips back behind us, getting as low as comfortable this morning. And feet can either stay slightly apart or you can toe heel your feet together. And hands can be at heart center, or if you'd like a little extra shoulder warmth, you can reach them overhead. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Waken those legs up. Sink a ½ inch lower. Good. One more big inhale. We'll exhale to release, forward fold. You can find whatever movements you need, or maybe just hang. Let the body be heavy for a moment. Good, we'll inhale to halfway lift. Again, placing the hands on the knees, the shins, the thighs. Squeezing shoulder blades together, creating a nice flat spine. One more big inhale. As we exhale, releasing back down, forward fold. We'll inhale to rise all the way up, reaching overhead into mountain pose. Nice and tall here. And we'll slowly start to step it back with our right leg, finding crescent lunge. You can take your time setting up, making sure that left knee is right above the ankle. Hips are both facing forward. We're not rotated. Pulling everything to face the front. We'll draw the shoulders down, the back just slightly. Good. We'll slowly start to open up to warrior two, swiveling that back foot down. And arms out nice and wide, pulling the pinkies behind us and pulling that front knee towards the back. Good. From here, we'll slowly start to make our way forward, tick-tock the arms down to extended side angle. And finding that lift using the obliques. Not here for long. Holding strong, one more big inhale. Big exhale. Our next inhale, rise into reverse warrior, reaching the left arm overhead. Keeping a bend in that front knee. And we'll exhale to cartwheel the hands down, move through your chaturanga, however it's comfortable this morning. I'm just trying to keep those elbows pinned in. Finding up dog, modified cobra. in child's pose or down dog, with whatever movements feel good for you. Always have options. Good. If you're not already in down dog, you can slowly start to peel the hips up. We'll inhale to look forward and step to the top of your mat. And from here, we'll inhale to halfway lifts and squeezing the shoulder blades. And then exhale to forward fold. We'll inhale to rise all the way up, reaching arms overhead into mountain pose. And exhaling into chair, sinking the hips nice and low, hands to heart center, or they can reach overhead. We'll try to sink a ½ inch lower. Good, and listen up here. We're gonna just slowly start to step that left leg back right into our crescent lunge. We'll reach the arms overhead. You can check in with your alignment. Right knee should be right above the ankle, hips facing forward. Relax those shoulders down. Good. We'll take a big inhale to reach a little bit taller overhead. As we exhale, we're going to swoop the arms to airplane arms. So we're hinging forward, starting to squeeze the shoulder blades together, extending the arms out. Hold for just a moment here. Good, and we'll inhale to swoop them back overhead, rising up to crescent lunge. As we exhale, opening to warrior two, swiveling the back foot down, gazing over the front fingertips. We'll slowly start to reach forward, tick-tock the arms down to extended side angle. I'll give you the option here. You can keep that left arm lifted overhead, or you can bind it behind the back to take a chest opener if that's comfortable this morning. Still finding that lift either way through those obliques, not just falling down on that front leg. Good. From here, we'll inhale to reverse warrior, reaching that right arm overhead, keeping that bend in the front leg. As we exhale, we'll cartwheel the hands down, moving through your chaturanga, however it's comfortable this morning. Keeping the elbows pinned close. The modified cobra up dog, and child's pose or downward facing dog. We'll take a few breaths just to reset here. As the body starts to feel a little more warm, a little more awake. Good. All right. If you're not already in down dog, you can slowly start to make your way there, peeling those hips back up towards the ceiling. And we'll inhale to look to the top of the mat and step forward into forward fold. Good. We'll inhale to rise halfway, squeezing the shoulder blades together, finding length through the spine. And we'll exhale back to forward fold. We'll inhale to rise all the way up to mountain pose, rolling all the way up, reaching tall overhead. And as we exhale, sinking into chair, so we'll press those hips back behind us. Hands can either be at heart center or they can stay lifted overhead. Think a ½ inch lower here, building even more heat. Then listen up, we're gonna slowly just start to step that right leg back, swooping the arms overhead into crescent lunge, staying nice and low in those legs. Hips facing forward, left knee above the ankle, and relaxing the shoulders down. We'll take an inhale to reach through the fingertips. And exhale to airplane the arms, swooping them back behind us, hinging forward. We'll hold here just for a moment. Really squeezing those shoulder blades together, extending those arms out to activate the triceps. We'll hold here for one more deep breath. Good, we'll inhale to rise back to crescent lunge, swooping the arms overhead. And we'll exhale to open up, warrior two. And gazing over the front fingertips, pulling the pinkies behind us. Good. We'll slowly start to reach forward and tick-tock the arms down to the extended side angle. And you can either keep that arm lifted overhead, or you can take that chest opener, binding the arm behind your back. As long as we're still finding that lift through the obliques. Hold here just for a moment. We'll take one more deep breath. Good. On your inhale, we'll slowly start to rise, reaching the left arm overhead to reverse warrior, keeping a bend in that front leg. We'll exhale to cartwheel the hands and move through chaturanga one last time. However, it's comfortable keeping the elbows pinned in close. Modified cobra up dog, and either child's pose or downward facing dog. And we'll take a moment of resets, taking this time to refocus on your breath. Notice how the body's feeling, especially since when we first started. Should be more warm at this point. Muscles are feeling good and awake. Good. All right, we'll slowly start to make our way to a seated position, however that's comfortable for you. Then we'll make our way all the way down to our mat. Doing a little floor work here to wake up the core. All right, so we'll find a completely flat position to start. And we'll slowly walk the feet out a little bit wider than the mat. And arms are gonna come overhead. We're gonna do some wide roll up and twist. This is a nice slow one to really focus on engaging the core. We're going to sit up. You can use some momentum if you need to, and we'll twist to reach towards one foot. Bring it back to the center, and then slowly roll all the way back down. So our focus is slow on the way down. If you need to use momentum to sit up, certainly can. You can get started whenever you're ready here. And we have plenty of time here. There's no rush. We're just gonna do this one time. Really focusing in. You should feel the core start to get a little warm, maybe a little shake, which means it's working or waking up those muscles. And as slow as you can go on the way down. And sitting up nice and tall with that twist. And just getting those obliques involved. We have about 20 more seconds here. Trying to get at least one more per side. Awesome work. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can relax. Make your way back to the mat. Good. We'll take a bend in the knees, then slowly start to lift them up to 90 degrees. Moving into a nice slow bicycle for our next slow exercise. Elbows out nice and wide. Hands can take a basket grip behind the head just to support the neck. We'll slowly start to exhale, twist. Inhale back to the center. And exhale, twist. And this is going to be a little bit slower than your normal bicycle. But we're really focusing on how we're engaging those core muscles. Maybe even adding a hold as we extend that leg out. You can, if you're not already started, feel free to join us. There we go. And exhale, twist. Inhale to reset to the center. Exhale, twist. You can take breaks whenever you need to. And we'll spend an extended period, but we're only doing this once. So really making it count. Try to extend that leg out as far as we can. Good. About 20 seconds left. Pushing through here. And loving that we're waking up the core. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Can slowly start to pull the knees into the chest, let the legs be heavy. And just like our little warm up, if you want to find some movement, you can rock side to side. Maybe draw some circles with the knees. Keeping it nice and gentle. Good. All right, we'll slowly start to release the feet back to the mat, keeping a nice bend in the legs. We're going to slowly lift up to a bridge position, so starting to lift through the heels, draw the hips up towards the ceiling. We'll just hold here for a moment. Let's take 2 deep breath cycles, just giving the glutes a little up in attention. Good, and after your second deep breath, we'll slowly start to kind of roll our way back down to the mat, 1 vertebra at a time. Good. We'll start to extend the legs out to a full body stretch. Let's take these last 30 seconds or so just to lie comfortably. If you'd like, you can also reach the arms overhead. Keep them by the sides. Again, this is totally up to you how your body's feeling this morning. I'm using this time to stretch, relax. Appreciate the morning movement we got in today. Good way to start the day. We'll take 1 more deep breath here. Reaching the arms overhead if you're not already, to find that one last stretch. Good, and as we exhale, we're going to bring the palms together and down to the forehead at third eye center. Please know that you're more than welcome to continue on your own with appreciate you all taking morning to do yoga. We'll see you later time together with Namaste.